Maybe Daddy will, oh, it's on. It's on. Hi guys. Violet, what is that?
You mean this old thing?
Yes, this old thing. Let me have that.
It's just a skeleton bone of mine.
Oh, okay. So we have part skeleton. Compliments of Alex. I have some things to tell you guys to get caught up. So Violet and I haven't filmed any read alouds since Thursday. We actually took a break from the camera. I was feeling a little camera shy, but we're back today. And a couple things that I wanted to share with you is that, first of all, shout out to Lily. Lily sent me a snail mail letter and it was so sweet. I loved it. And Lily, I am working on your letter. I will get it in the mail today or tomorrow. The second interesting piece of mail that I got was from Alex M. He sent me a very creative package that has, let's see, the arm that I took from him in class, a picture from his sister Madeline, a letter from Alex, limited edition Pop Rocks, a Pokemon card that I would have confiscated in class. And then a bunch of Post-its that I definitely would have confiscated in class. And a whole bunch of candy and gum.
Can I have a gum?
That would have been traded for ooh, I lost one. That would have been traded for Pokemon cards in class. So I felt so special today getting an Alex care package. I think his mom called it a time capsule. It really reminds me of all of the funny things that I have had to take away from people in class. So this really, this really made my day. And so Violet and I are going to read to you a little bit. I mean, Moo Moo. This is Moo Moo, right? So we are going to pick up where we left off, which is chapter 18, Ragweed's Plan. And we left off, since it's been a few days, we kind of need to review. We left off where Silversides was, she lost her temper and decided to leave her home. And the last picture that we saw was the doormat that had her tag from her collar on it. So now we need to find out what's going to happen next with Ragweed. So this is called Ragweed's Plan. The three mice, Ragweed, Clutch, and Blinker, were sitting around Clutch's nest snacking on breadcrumbs. Clutch was making a new skateboard from a popsicle stick, shaping it with her teeth. Ragweed was doing most of the talking. A wide-eyed Blinker was listening intently. "You see," Ragweed said, "like, what we need to do is show those cats that they can't go on terrorizing you guys. You have a right to live your own lives. Know what I'm saying?" "Sure," Clutch said, spitting out a few wood bits. "Okay," Ragweed continued. "So you have to stand up for yourselves. Like from now on, I'm making it a personal rule. No one is going to tell me what I can or can't do. No one, ever, like, period." Do people tell you what to do?
Sometimes.
Like mommy and daddy?
Sometimes my friends at Heather's, but they're not in charge.
Oh, like friends try to boss you around?
Like April, she sometimes when Heather gets my favorite toy out when we play upstairs, she like puts me in the corner and doesn't even let me get out. But I'm trying to get out to go play, but she just like crowds me and scratches me and like hits a hardened book.
You need to be like Ragweed and not put up with it anymore, right?
I know, but I'm trying to sneak away.
Tricky. All right, Blinker darted a look to Clutch to see what she thought before saying, "That's a fine idea," he said timidly. "But how could a mouse ever do such a thing?" Aren't we, as Clutch said, too small? Hey, dude, Ragweed returned boldly. We may be little, but there are lots of us. Clutch grinned. Listen to this, dude, she said to Blinker. He's a talking ice cream, she laughed. Clutch, Ragweed pressed. Are you going to keep running, hiding, and losing forever? Don't you want to be free to play your own music? You better believe it. Okay, then I say it's time to do what you want to do. Clutch laughed. You're beginning to sound like my old mouse. No offense, Ragweed replied. It's not that Wendy is wrong. It's that he does nothing but talk and paint. Look here, Ragweed, Clutch said as she reached lazily for another crumb, popped it into her mouth, and chewed thoughtfully. You weren't so off the mark, but just a while ago, you were heading out of town on the first train. What's changed? She has a point. I mean, Ragweed was leaving town a little bit ago, and now it seems like he wants to stay and work through everybody's problems. Ragweed bristled. I'd just like to show you what's possible, that's all. Yeah, right, Clutch said. Show and tell time. But hey, what are you going to do? Leave it in your mouth. Ragweed looked from Clutch to Blinker, then back at Clutch. Then he leaned forward. It's called a new club. Clutch put down her skateboard. Are you serious, dude? Check it out. A new club will be the best way to show those cats that you can't be put down. A new club will cheer you city dudes up, give you courage. It'll be a place to chill out, to find your strength. Get all that working and it'll be like fighting back. But it has to be big. Big enough to hold enough mice to fight back if attacked. Way cool, Clutch agreed. Can the B-flat tires play there? That's the whole point. The B-flat tires was Clutch's band. Clutch, Ragweed said earnestly. In my whole life, I've never been more serious. I mean, we'll get your father to paint some pictures on the wall. Your mother can read from her epic. B-flat tires can play. Know what I'm saying? It'll be your club, dude. Clutch gazed at Ragweed with laughing eyes. Mouse, you got the lingo down perfecto sweet. Then she exclaimed, but hey, Mouse, killer idea. I love it. Put it there. She held out a paw. Ragweed slapped it. Blinker, though he wasn't sure what was happening, grinned. Now, what we need to do, Ragweed continued after the initial excitement had died down, is find a place for the new club. That's where you come in, he said to Clutch. What do you mean? Hey, like you said, I'm the new dude here. I wouldn't even know where to start looking. Oh, okay, Clutch agreed. Gotta be different from the Cheese Squeeze Club, Ragweed went on. A place cats can't get into easily or break down, but big. That's crucial. So there can be a lot of us. Know what I'm saying?
Is there glitter on my eye?
There's not glitter on your eye. I hear you, Clutch said. She thought hard. Hey, I know a place. It might work. In the humans' old downtown. You know, everything is deserted there, including an abandoned bookstore. Used to have great tasting books, but it has lots of space. Might work. Can we go check it out, Ragweed asked. Sure thing, dude. But we'll bust out through the exhaust pipe. Just in case fear is still hanging around. New skateboard in paw, Clutch led her friends out of her car nest through a long, narrow tube. Outside, it was already dark. The moon was low, only a few stars were out. Sit down, please. After a careful check to make sure the way was safe, Clutch dropped her board and pushed off. What is that? Blinker cried, running along by Clutch's side. My wheels, dude, a skateboard. It looks very exciting, the mouse said. Do you think you could teach me to do that? Nothing to it, dude, Clutch said. I would like that, Blinker murmured. Though Ragweed said nothing, he wished he had thought of asking Clutch for lessons. The three mice zigzagged across town. The streets and alleys had no sign of cats, humans, or even other mice. The only sound was the occasional crumpled aluminum can, caught in a wisp of wind, grating across the pavement like a broken rattle. After some 15 minutes of hard scampering and skateboarding, Clutch said, Here we are. Moo, please be careful with the baton.
Okay.
They had entered a narrow alley. The only light came from a few flickering street lamps. A rusty garbage can overflowing with old torn books dominated the way. On the back of the building was a window with a screen shielding cracked glass. A large rusty padlock held a steel door shut. How do we get in? Ragweed asked. Clutch said, There used to be a hole by this door. After poking about the door frame, she called, Sweet, it's still here. She propped her skateboard against the outside wall and dove into the hole. Blinker and Ragweed followed. The three mice found themselves in a gloomy hallway littered with paper and heaps of broken-backed books. The floor was filthy. The walls were covered with tattered posters. Mounted low on the wall was a large wheel. Hanging beneath the wheel was a massive coil that to Ragweed's eyes looked like a snake. He froze. "What's that?" he asked Clutch nervously. "Not sure," she replied. Blinker considered it. "I saw one of them in a book," he said. "It's called a hose and it shoots water. Humans use it for putting out fires." "Hey, this dude knows sweet stuff," Clutch said. Blinker grinned shyly. The mice moved forward and stood upon the threshold of a large room.
Help me.
On 3 walls were shelves, some of which contained a few books. More volumes were on the floor. Virtually all were broken. The whole area was littered with paper and broken boxes. The wooden floor was filthy. Clutch gazed around. "What a mess," she said. "Yeah," Ragweed said, "but if you can clean it up, do you think it's usable?" Clutch gazed about. "I've never heard of a club this large. You could fit the whole town's mouse population in here. But the main thing is we'd have to work it so cats can't get in. Ever. Know what I'm saying? It's either the best or the worst ever." "There were screens on that back window," Ragweed pointed out. "That entry hole was too small for them and the back door is locked." Clutch made her way to the front of the store and examined the main door. It was shut tight. "There's another hole up there," she called. "Violet, come here." "There's another hole up there," she called. "Too small for cats, just right for mice." The front wall of the store was mostly taken up by a large plate glass window. Though it too was cracked, it had no holes. On the glass were painted letters. Ragweed read them out loud. "The Last Independent Bookstore." "What's that mean?" he asked, unable to make sense of it. Blinker stared hard at the letters. Clutch, more interested in the room, turned back to examine the space. "Well, what do you think, dude?" Ragweed asked her. "Okay, be different," Clutch said, taking in the huge space with her eyes. Here, scoot back. "Needs an awesome amount of work, but it's cool. Just better be as tight as your tail is to your bod." Here's a picture of the location where they're thinking about, hold on, Violet, Moo, where they're thinking about having their new mouse club, and it's in an abandoned bookstore. Violet wants me to pause to show the paintings she made. This was all done by Violet. Sorry about our light.
It's a metallic picture, just metallic.
It's metallic paint. There you go.
And it's very rare.
It is rare.
It's one of my rarest paintings.
"Could we get other mice to help?" Ragweed asked. "No problem," Clutch said. "I got zillions of pals. They'll help. Hey, what are we gonna call this place?" "Beats me," Ragweed said. "I've figured out what those letters on the front window mean," Blinker announced. "We are looking at it backwards. It says The Last Independent Bookstore." "Decent," Ragweed said. "Maybe we should call this the Independent Club." "Cool," Clutch said. "In books," Blinker said shyly, "the sophisticated would call it Cafe Independent." "I'm amped," Clutch said. "I mean, it's killer cool." "Then Cafe Independent it is," Ragweed said, seeing Clutch's enthusiasm. All 3 mice slapped their paws in agreement. So this is a good new development in the story, that the mice are going to have a new club to play their music in, and they're going to call it the Cafe Independent. So the next chapter that we come back to read is chapter 19, and we'll see how it went when they built the club up and invited all the mice to come and hang out. I hope you guys are keeping busy at home and staying safe and healthy. I miss everyone so much. If you want to send me snail mail like Lily and Alex did, have your parents email me and I will be glad to send my address. Love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.